I'm making a piece that is going to fit in here like this on my Tenoner. It's going to fit in there something like this, because it's going to keep this surface and this surface here square to each other. So it's going to have to be square when I cut it. So what I did was I took my square and put it on these two surfaces here. It's fairly good. So what I did was I put a mark here and a mark here over here to show that these two edges are square to each other. All right. Now I measure it in 3 different places to see if it's pretty square on 3 different places, because I want it to be primarily square. Okay, this one, these two are not square to each other. So I'm going to have to run it through the table saw again. And these two are not square to each other. So I got to do a little bit more work on it. This is the room that I use for finishing. And I've got some lacquer thinner here. I've also got a piece of wood here with some post-powder beetle damage. So I'm going to put some lacquer thinner on it. I bought one of these a long time ago. It's got like a little screwdriver on this end, and this end is to open paint cans. So you open this thing here, I'm just going to take a little bit of lacquer thinner, put it on my brush. Then put it on this piece of wood. I don't like getting it on my hands, so I'm going to hold it on my table. And always treat the ends, because for some reason they love the end grain. This is soft maple, so that's why they attacked it. Really hardwood, like bur oak or like white oak, they don't like it too much. And rock hard maple, they don't like that either. Soft maple is, I guess to them, like smorgasbord or something. This tool even has a small nail puller on it, on the end of it, right there in the center. Okay, I'm gonna drill a couple holes here in this area right here. And in order to get them straight, I'm going to use this little block here. It has a corner cut out of it. So that'll be my drill guide in order to get the hole straight. I've got it here in my vise. Okay, now I'm going to use my drill guide here. I could take this over to my drill press, but I'm not going to. Then hold this drill guide down flat against your surface here. And then just put the drill bit right in the corner, in this corner. You can drill a hole then straight that way. Make sure there are no pieces of sawdust underneath your block. Okay, now, done with that operation. Get the drill out of the way. Alright, what we're going to do here is, might have to drill this a little bit deeper. I already got it drilled, so because then the threads can go back in here a ways. So I drilled it this deep here. See how deep it is. About 1 inch or 2 inches and a quarter. So I'm going to drill both of them that way. Now this one I'm going to have to watch it because I drilled it right between two pieces of wood that are joined. Okay, then I'm going to take and drill down this way on both these pieces, and then I'm going to put a 1/4 inch nut in there, and then I'm going to have 2 1/4 inch bolts sticking out here. See if I can find a couple real fast and give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Well, here's one. It's probably not as long as I want it, but it's close. And then this bolt, there will be a nut in here, and then this bolt will be able to I can adjust it in and out like that. Same here. And this one at the top will tilt my fence this way, and this one on the side will tilt the fence this way. Not sure if it's going to work out, but we'll see. In this particular one, I found a square nut, so I can use that. And I tried this a little bit earlier, so I'm going to take the nut, put it in there like this, then this will be threaded in and out to adjust the fence, and the same with the other one. And this one already had the hole from where I drilled the screw hole. So it all works out. One thing I frequently do is drill and tap holes, and another thing is that I've got 2 nuts on either end of this piece of steel welded on there so that it will hold the bolts in where I want them. So I'm going to take my 1/4 by 20 tap and run this tap through the holes, because weld has probably gotten in there. Sometimes you don't get a spot of weld on at all. Other times it gets really messed up. So you got to run a tap through it. This one is relatively free of any slag or extra metal, so that should be good. And then I'm going to take my bolt over there, 1/4 inch by 20 bolt, try it. I got 2 of them here. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to run the tap in this other nut. I'm going to get it in there a little bit differently. Now this is a square nut. That doesn't feel right or something. Sometimes you have to take your flashlight, which I have right here, and check it out. Yeah, there's all kinds of weld in it. So that's going to make it difficult. Run your tap down in there. Make sure you go all the way down, because I can feel it that there's weld all the way down there. Usually in this type of operation, if you're careful, usually there's only a little bit of extra weld in there. Now I'll take my bolt, try it. Yeah, that should be good enough. What I'm going to do is then I'm going to take this, cut it in half, this piece of steel with the nuts welded on. And I already took a wire brush on my grinder right here. This is a cup brush. That's what I use. What I use to mark steel is a white pencil. I find that works a little bit better. And I'll mark it. Alright, one of the features I like about this grinder here is it's got a sort of a quick change type of operation here. You can change it really quick, and that's what I like. And I got all kinds of grinding wheels and stuff like that. This was originally a 9-inch grinder, so I got some pretty big ones. But a lot of times I use 4-inch grinding wheels on this particular grinder. So I'll make sure that that's really nice and tight. Cut it off. And I put this grinder down here underneath my tool bench. I don't know, I don't think I'm going to do that because I'll end up bending something, then I'll have to do this process all over again. I better take it easy. put it over here in my vise. I'll have to come back over here, check the fit. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple washers and put them in here and put a screw up here and then screw it down after I drill a hole in that little piece of steel. Put a little oil on it. Better check this drill bit and make sure it's straight, or make sure it's sharp. Looks good. Looks okay. Let's see how that little bit of oil works. There you go. I'll just take a screw, put that in there. I think I'll put in a 1-inch screw. I've got it offset here so that it doesn't interfere with this bolt here. Hopefully. I may have to drill a different hole or something like that. And then we'll try the screw, make sure it's screws in, or try this bolt. It should be okay. So I think it's just barely missing it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a washer in there. I got my shop set up so that I got washers right here. So we'll put a washer in there. Put the screw back in. Try this. It should be okay. Okay, so I got that one fixed. Now, I'm going to try the other one. Might have to grind a little bit off of it.